Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the finals of the Rabo Entrepreneurship Award. My name is Wilbert van der Kamp, and I'll be guiding you through this afternoon. And of course, it's a very, very important afternoon. Some people will go away and have won a great prize. Maybe 10,000 euros, maybe 4,000 euros, maybe 3,000 euros, and maybe a prize of 500 euros. So almost everyone gets a prize. If you don't, please don't contact me. I'm not in charge. But this is a very important afternoon. In these trying times, we need entrepreneurs to change the world. We need entrepreneurs to start up new businesses that can address a lot of problems that people have, or just make the world a nicer place. So I'm very happy that we're doing this afternoon, and that we're finally able to do this with a small crowd here in the room, but also a big crowd watching us via the live stream. If you're here in the room, there's people filming, there's people taking photographs. If you don't want to be in the photographs, you don't have to raise your hand now, but of course you can contact our lovely photographer afterwards and ask her to, not on the spot please, but maybe later, to remove your photographs from her photo camera. That's what it's called, I think. So that's it. Let me walk you through the program. These are all our partners, by the way. They're very nice, and we're very happy to have them. We have a full program, and I don't know, am I going to tell you the program now? Next slide, or am I going to tell you that you're going to watch a video? Yeah, I'm going to tell you the program. So this is the opening by Wilbert van der Kamp. I'm the CEO of Oma Post, the company through which you can send postcards to your grandma or someone else. I don't really care, just send a postcard. It does a lot. A sort of a small thing like a card can make a big difference, so do it. Then we have an introduction, of course, of the finalist, followed by a Q&A by our lovely jury. They'll be introduced later. Then we have presentation of other prizes. Like I told you, there's a lot of other prizes to win as well. Then we have a speaker, or a Q&A more or less. Yama Masoud from the Smoot Brothers is here with us. It's a very, very interesting company, and I'm looking forward to hear his story, but also looking forward to your questions. So start thinking, please, about these questions. And after that, we'll know who the winner is of the Rabo Entrepreneurship Award 2021. There's 3 people pitching. One of them will win 10,000 euros, one of them will win 4,000 euros, and one of them will win 3,000 euros. So everyone gets a prize, but not everyone gets the same prize. But it's been a long a year, of course. There's a lot of work that has been done by all the people in this program. Let's look back on that before we start the rest of the program. Enjoy.
Het coronavirus houdt ons land in de greep.
Zeg maar dag tegen je concert, je sportwedstrijd en je zaterdagse stapavond.
Evenementen met meer dan 100 personen worden in heel Nederland afgelast.
That COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Ik heb echt superveel geleerd. Wat me heel erg is bijgebleven is over het stukje financing en funding.
Ik heb veel geleerd over storytelling.
Door de business coaches heb ik durven dromen en heb ik geleerd dat je het hoogst haalbare gelijk moet zien als doel en daarop moet richten en daarop moet focussen.
De tip die ik elke student zou willen meegeven is: valideer altijd je concept. Dat hoeft niet onder duizenden mensen, ze zeggen ook wel eens N is 5, maar check echt of hier behoefte aan is en wat men ervan vindt in een vroeg stadium.
Ik zou de studenten mee willen geven dat de bootcamps en het hele traject een enorm grote kans is om in verbinding te komen met andere ondernemende studenten. Dus wees open, vertel je verhaal, ga die connectie aan en dan ontstaan de mooiste samenwerkingen.
De winnaar van de Rabobank Ondernemingsprijs 2020 is geworden Joris. Het verhaal van Joris vonden wij hij was het meest vernieuwend. Als je hebt over een ondernemer die vernieuwt, dat is echt een nieuw product in de markt zet, vonden we dat Joris het best had gedaan. En we vonden het heel knap wat Joris in 8 maanden tijd gerealiseerd had. Dat hij eigenlijk van een idee tot al een kant-en-klaar product kwam en dat ook kon laten zien tijdens zijn presentatie.
Nou, voor alle ondernemers en studenten meld je gewoon aan, want je krijgt zoveel informatie en ja, je leert zoveel en je wordt als ondernemer, zie je gewoon dat je heel veel stappen neemt, ja, zie waar het je kan brengen.
Yes, and Joris is with us here in the room as well. So if you would like to learn more about what he did with the money, what he undertook last year, please ask him during the drinks that we will have on 1.5 meter afterwards, of course. So make sure to have a conversation with him as well. I think it's interesting to hear from him. Let's move on to our host, and I am the host, of course, but I'm not the only host. There's someone else who would like to speak a word to you as well. She's member of the board of Hanze University, and her name is Annemarie Hannink, and she'll share some kind words with you as well. Enjoy.
The last few months, the Hanze University of Applied Sciences, University of Groningen, Rabobank and Business Match Groningen have challenged the students to develop their entrepreneurial skills. Now is the moment we've all been waiting for. Today is the grand final. In an hour we know who the winner of Rabo Entrepreneur Award 2021 will be. It's inspiring to see that even in these times our students all think outside the box, with a positive mindset and look for opportunities. A perfect example why Groningen has everything to offer for student entrepreneurs. For now, I wish the finalists all the best of luck. Together with you, we make the change. Starting now to make an impact tomorrow.
So nice to hear from you as well. She couldn't be here today, that's why she sent out this video message. Let's move on to our judges. We have judges here in the front of the room. 3 of them, and their names are Carlo Ezinga, Ivo van den Boer, Ivo de Boer, Van der Boer. And people mispronounce my last name as well all the time. Sorry for doing that. I know how painful it is. And Lusanne Theopoering is also one of the judges. I'd like you to introduce yourself very short, and also tell the people here in front of the room who are going to pitch what you're going to pay attention to. So there are slides for the 3. So next slide, please. Yeah, Carlo Ezinga. The floor is yours. First, yeah, I guess it works. And you can stand up if you want to.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Carlo. I'm from the Rabobank, and you saw my predecessor. Peter. Last year he was on the screen and the head of the jury. This year I have the honor to do that. So I will look at the scalability of your concept. So, well, that you can expect from me.
Glad you're here. Next up, Lusanne Theopoering.
Think so? Yeah, now it's better. The organization that wants to enhance and strengthen the ecosystem in our region. And today, I think I'm going to specifically look at how much progress you made in the last 2 to 3 weeks when we saw each other in the semifinals. So that's for me something that I'm definitely going to look at.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, Ivo van den Boer from XCAP. XCAP supports their customers who want to improve in employee and customer experience. So today, I'm looking for the guts you have, the intensity you will let us see.
Great. We're so happy that you're here. Give them a warm round of applause, please. Yeah, and one extra important thing about our jury is that we have one, that we have one judge, and it's her birthday. So we're not going to sing, it's Luzanne, but of course we're going to do a hip, hip, hip. Yeah, great, thank you. And if you want to congratulate her, please don't do kisses. It's not 1.5 meters, but of course you can congratulate her. Let's go to our pitches. We have 3 people here who are pitching their idea. Erik Tjepanu, Danny Jager, and Marlena Konen. And the floor is first for Erik Tjepanu, and of course we'll watch a first short video with an introduction of his story.
My name is Erik Tjepanu. I'm currently studying psychology at the University of Groningen. I am also the founder of Equilibrate Taxon. Since I was younger, I wanted to become a professional football player. I started playing in the lowest league in Germany and worked my way up to the 2nd highest division. But very soon I understood that the system is broken, and that's why we exist today. At Equilibrate Taxon, we want to help athletes improve their athletic performance, as well as support them during injury rehabilitation. The smart suit, TOSUN, comes with 8 different sensors, measuring various biometrics and physical data. The data will be sent to our database, where the user will be able to access them at any given moment with our decentralized application. TOSUN will come with more sensors than our competitor. Therefore, we know that our product will help athletes better improve their performance, but also support them during injury rehabilitation. To me, entrepreneurship means fighting against all the odds and all the obstacles that you are facing to be able to get where you want to go.
Thank you. Wow, thank you very much. So before I start my presentation, I want to say thank you for the jury for being here to listen to our presentations, as well as to all of you here in the room, and also to all of you who are supporting and watching us via the online stream. So the story of Equilibrate Taxon started when I was younger. There I wanted to become a professional football player. So I started in the lowest youth division and worked my way up to the 2nd highest division. But that's where I understood that the system overall was broken. So to give you a perspective, only 0.01% of all athletes will manage to go professional. So having already this wall stacked against them, I realized that athletes were facing many other issues. One of the issues is, for instance, that trainers that were supposed to help them, most of the time were basing their subjectivity, their decision who would play in the weekend, not on the performance of the athletes during their training, but most of the time based on their own subjective perception. The other issue is that for athletes to move from one level to the next level, they need a lot of connection and contacts. But for young athletes at that age, they do not have these contacts. And connected to that issue, we have that the scouting system, in my opinion, at that time, was completely outdated, inefficient, and ineffective. This way, many athletes, or at least many talented athletes, will go undetected. And the last issue that we have identified is that if an athlete at that stage will actually get injured, most of the time, that's the end for their career, because they don't know or they don't have the money to be able to get the care that they need to be able to get back on track. With our solution, we want to provide athletes with a tool that they can actually focus on what matters to them, their training. With the solution, we want to provide them with a tool to improve their performance, as well as to help them and support them during injury rehabilitation, but also connect them to sports clubs all around the globe. For that, I want to present you our first version prototype. This version does not have any sensors integrated. However, we work together with professionals and experts to be able to understand where to place the sensors and how to connect them overall to the suit, but also just to have a feeling how comfortable the suit is to make changes. Next slide. As you can see from the slide, me and my team are already working on our second version prototype. This version will come integrated with all the sensors and be fully functional. On the left-hand side of the slide, you are able to see how we work on our own custom designed chips, as well as tested all of them. And on the right-hand side, you are able to see the results of some of our testing. This version prototype will help us further develop our decentralized application, as well as be able to start developing the framework for our AI-based personal virtual trainer. Next slide. However, our goal is to move away from all the wires and be able to develop a version of our prototype that comes integrated with our custom design electronics, that would be integrated in the mid layer of the smart suit, as well as in our custom design control unit. This version of the smart suit will have a maximum thickness of 3.5 millimeters. The data from the suit will be sent directly from the smart suit wirelessly to our blockchain infrastructure. The reason we chose to go with a blockchain infrastructure is because we believe in the privacy of our user. So with blockchain, we can ensure that the athlete is in constant control of the data. Next slide. If we win the prize money today, we're going to be able to develop 6 versions of this Toastin version 3 male and 3 females. At our current stage, this will cost us approximately 600 euros per suit, but we put 200 euros on the side as a buffer, just to be sure. The money is also going to be able to help us further develop and improve our decentralized application, as well as be able to start training the AI-based personal virtual trainer. We believe that with the money, we're going to be able to improve our business, to attract more investors, and be able to scale the business overall. Our next step, with the money, we're going to be able to further develop our crowdfunding campaign that we're currently preparing as a company, as well as be able to pay ongoing costs that we have incurred. With that, I want to thank you, all of you, for listening today. And if you have any questions, of course, I'm here to answer.
Impressive pitch, man. I don't think I've ever pitched sort of this slick in front of an audience ever. So congratulations on that anyway. We've got room for 2 questions. So I don't know who wants to ask a question.
Hi.
Hello. Yes. Well, I speak louder then.
Yes, I can hear.
Thank you for your presentation. It was very clear. And of course, I have one question. You suggested you finance your business model with crowdfunding.
Yes.
And in what kind of amounts do you think? If you want to go to market, well...
So if we want to go with the crowdfunding, obviously we were thinking of going for the amount we need, but we believe that asking for the biggest amount might not actually lead to success of our crowdfunding. So with the team, we discussed this, and we decided to actually lower the amount we want to ask the public initially, and we will ask just half the money, so around 250 to 350 euros to go to develop the product. So but overall, we would need around 750 euros to 1,000 euros to be able to develop the whole smart suite and the platform around it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can ask one small extra question if you'd like to, but yeah. Yeah?
How do you want to acquire new customers?
So for the people watching the stream, the question is, how do you want to acquire more customers?
Yes, the way we want to acquire more customers is once we have built these versions, we're going to be able to go to sports clubs and actually present our suit and show them what it can do. Because so far, what we have experienced is when we go to customer and talk to them about our project, they want to see something tangible. And that's when we actually decided to build it ourselves and be able to get something that we actually can bring to the customer and show them, hey, look, this is what's going to do, this is how it's going to help you, and with that, try to get them on board with the product.
And over three years, how many customers do you have?
So in 3 years, how many customers do you think you'll have?
In 3 years, how many customers we think we will have? We want to get as much as possible. We want to start with the Dutch market, and then expand to Germany, France, and the UK.
Yeah, so the area markets. Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for your questions, and give it up for Eric.
Thank you.
Yes, and then we'll move on to our next speech, Marlene Konen from Klapstoel Academy, and of course, you'll see her story in a short video before.
My name is Marlena Kohn. I study international communication and I am the co-founder of Klapstoel Academy. Klapstoel Academy exists because it's 2021 and there is still a gender pay and career gap in business. There is a quote by Shirley Chisholm which inspires us up to this day. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. And I feel every word of this sentence. I truly believe that this generation of young women has all it takes in order to succeed in life. The talent, the potential, everything. But I also wholeheartedly believe that they need role models, opportunities, and a good piece of advice in order to unfold this potential. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to unfolding one's full potential because it's a never-ending and infinite process. We support young women in that process by offering senior career advice sessions in which they can talk about their challenges and ambition at work and get actionable career advice. And we do that in 4 different ways. We offer networking events, senior classes, peer roundtables, and one-on-one career advice coaching. We're gonna make Klapstoel Academy a success because we're driven and motivated for 10, and also this company is our mission to unfold our full potential. No worries. Klapstoel Academy exists to challenge the gender pay and career gap by promoting gender equity in business. That's quite the quest, huh? But I believe it's an important one. I believe it's an important one because at the moment we are losing tremendous female potential due to the leak in the talent pipeline of businesses. We want to support women to stay in that talent pipeline by offering career advice sessions from senior career women. We offer one-on-one coaching, senior classes, peer roundtables, and Vrouwmibo's to offer a safe space where women can come together to discuss their ambition and challenges at work and get actionable career advice. To grow our impact, our strategy focuses on both B2C and B2B. Currently, we have an active community of 120 chairmakers and 8 Klapstoel seniors. And we wish to grow that community. As you can see in the slide behind me, now, we're already making some revenue. Now, to grow that revenue, we want also to focus on the B2B offering, which is our Klapstoel Accelerator program for businesses. As you can also see, the launch of this program is marked by the spikes in the financial forecast, January 22. We're planning on rolling out this program every 3 months. In total, we project a total revenue for the next 2 years of 663,000 euros. Now, what do we need the prize money for? We want to invest the prize money in a smart online platform with an AI self-learning algorithm that helps us with text analysis. So by analyzing the problem statements the juniors submit to us, we can do 2 things. We can analyze the most important data and improve our offerings, but also we can match the seniors and the juniors better and automate that process, because at the moment we're doing that manually. So we want to invite you to come on board and transform business for the better by supporting women to put their clubstool at whatever table they want to sit at. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marlena, and so important, I think, that you're telling this story also here, so I'm hoping a lot of people get the message and maybe start thinking on. Any questions from the jury? Lusanna.
Question. Marlena, you told me already that you have B2C and a B2B proposition. For the B2C proposition, how are you attracting customers? So what's your marketing strategy?
Yes. Very good question. Before I answer, happy birthday. And
smart.
Thank you. We are attracting new customers by, of course, marketing means. We're currently focusing on online and offline marketing. We have really cool cards coming. You're for sure going to get one. We also working on a brand ambassador program. So among the juniors, the word spreads even more. And also what we've seen so far, because we've launched on the 7th of April, and since then, the online community and the chairmakers are really keen on spreading the words themselves. So we also have coverage by them and content by them. So we plan to intensify the acquisition by creating more content. Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
For the presentation.
There are a lot of communities and platforms in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
How do you compete with those?
Let me answer or ask a question back. Do you know any gender-specific career coaching platform in the Netherlands?
Well, I don't, but I'm not completely aware of all the communities and platforms.
No. Okay, so we have two companies, two platforms that offer kind of the same thing. One is Womentor and the other one is Empower Me. But the difference is one of them operates in Austria and the other one is doing career coaching specifically for women. But what they do, they don't get the companies on board. And we think that's very important because that's how we close the circle. Because if we only talk to the women and not to the companies, then we cannot really treat the problem as it's like on the root. Kind of. So we need to get the companies on board. So that's our USP from the competitors we know we have here.
Cool. Thank you. Thank
Thanks
you.
for the question.
Ivo, do you have another question or is this it?
The last few weeks,
what advice did you so the question from Ivo is, what advice did you ignore over the last weeks?
Me as a student and Marlena, or me as working with Clubstool Academy?
Working at Clubstool.
To take a good night of sleep. That's what I ignored. Yeah. Yeah.
Good answer. That's it, I think. Thank you so much, Marlena.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Yep, and that's our second pitch, already really hard to choose, of course, but we'll make it even harder to choose by a third pitch. This pitch will be in Dutch, and the questions will be in Dutch as well, so if you don't speak Dutch, you could learn Dutch, but it's too late now. But I think you'll take a lot away from his story as well. So enjoy the video about Danny Jager and then his pitch in Dutch.
Mijn naam is Danny Jager. Ik studeer technisch bedrijfskunde aan de Hans Hogeschool en ik heb een start-up genaamd Exodevo. Ik heb op mijn 19e een bromongeluk gehad en met een dwarslees. Toen hoorde ik van de dokter dat de kans dat ik ooit weer ging lopen heel klein was. Ik heb het tegendeel bewezen door het aanschaffen van mijn eigen loopexoskelet. Dit heb ik door middel van mijn eigen stichting gedaan. Ja, dat was echt het moment dat ik heb bewezen dat ik het kan, dat ik weer kan lopen. Samen met de studenten van de Held op Rode zijn we een onderzoek gestart naar exoskeletten. En daarin hebben we gezien dat er een groeiende markt is naar werkexoskeletten. Dit is voor mensen met zwaar en repeterende werkzaamheden. En die kansen erin wil ik benutten met mijn bedrijf Exodevo. De volgende stap die ik wil gaan zetten is een prototype werkexoskelet ontwikkelen. Dit wil ik samen met een ander groot bedrijf doorontwikkelen tot een product. Met dit product ga ik deze groeiende markt veroveren. Exodevo gaat een succes worden omdat ik als persoon weet hoe ik moet omgaan met teleurstellingen. Zelfs als het echt heel slecht gaat en moeilijk gaat worden, weet ik zeker dat ik met doorzettingsvermogen dit product in de maatschappij kan krijgen. Zoals je ziet, doe ik dit niet alleen. En graag wil ik je ook graag vragen voor een ronde van applaus voor degene, Fokko, die hier ook aanwezig is. Waar ik super trots op ben. Maar ik weet wel zeker dat ik met hem dit product verder ga krijgen. De volgende slide alsjeblieft. Nou, ik zei het al een beetje in mijn beginpitch. Ik heb 2 doelgroepen met ExoDevo. Loopskeletten, dit ben ik zelf. En hier zie je dat ik weer kan lopen door middel van een exoskelet. Een robotisch pak wat mij helpt rechtop te staan en met elektromotoren. Toen heb ik ook gezien dat er ook een markt is voor mensen met zware repeterende werkzaamheden. En om daar even verder op in te gaan en cijfers erbij te halen van waarom ik de keuze nu maak voor werkexoskeletten, komt de volgende slide. Hier kan je al heel snel zien dat er een groter verschil zit tussen mensen met een beperking en mensen met zwaar repeterende werkzaamheden. Of eigenlijk beter gezegd mensen met beroepsklachten, dus die hebben al klachten. Als je even kijkt wat het kost, dat we eigenlijk allemaal zelf betalen, is 2,7 miljard. Dat zijn we jaarlijks kwijt om deze mensen te faciliteren voor een beter leven. Maar hoe mooi zou het zijn als we dat geld gaan gebruiken voor innovatie naar exoskeletten. Ik sta helemaal aan het begin, maar ik weet zeker, naar de marges die er nu zijn in de markt, €3.000 tot €35.000, puur afhankelijk van de toepassing en de kwaliteit, dat ik het verschil kan maken in deze wereld. Als dat succesvol is, ga ik mijn volle energie gebruiken om de rechterkant te veroveren. Om dat bedrag van €100.000, wat ik geloof wat goedkoper kan, in die 81.500 mensen te faciliteren om het weer te kunnen lopen. Volgende slide alsjeblieft. Hoe ik dit voor me zie, teruggaande naar het werkexoskelet, beginnen we met een gebruiksonderzoek. Over wie gaat het nou? Wat we willen doen is de top 10 van de zwaarste beroepen willen we pakken en daarmee in gesprek gaan. Er zijn nu al gesprekken, ik heb al heel leuk contact opgedaan en we kunnen een stap gaan maken naar een prototype. Waarna vandaag natuurlijk een hele mooie bijdrage gaat zijn en een hulp gaat zijn om een pilot te starten. Die pilot wil ik samen met de onderzoeksgroep doen en eigenlijk mijn klantengroep en dat samen met het bedrijf verder krijgen. Als dat succesvol gaat worden, wil ik dat prototype omzetten tot een product wat verkocht kan worden aan de sectoren die ik net benoemde. En dan de laatste, integreren. Dat gaat een hele moeilijke worden, maar ik geloof dat er een verandering gaat zijn in het inzetten van werkexoskeletten in de markt. Want een werkgever heeft steeds meer verantwoording voor zijn werknemers. En ondanks de investering van pak een beet €10.000 waar ik voor mijn product wil laten investeren, kan ik het verschil maken. Dus die €10.000 gaat zich terugbetalen in werkkracht die 100% kan ingezet worden. Dank jullie wel.
Danny, voor je pitch. Ik stond vanochtend bospeen te oogsten met een riek op een boerderij en ik had graag een werkexoskelet gehad. Ik denk niet dat de tuinders het ervoor over hebben, nog voor mij in ieder geval, want erg goed ben ik niet. Maar ik had het graag gewild. En dankjewel voor je mooie pitch. Vragen van de jury?
In Dutch? Het
mag in het Nederlands, ja, want dit deel is in het Nederlands.
Ik kan ook in Engels verstaan, dus ja.
Danny, hoe vernieuwend is dit product? Kun je daar iets over vertellen?
Ontzettend vernieuwend. Wat ik net op het laatst zei, het gaat echt een verschuiving zijn in het inzetten van je werknemers. En men kijkt meer naar robotica, maar hoe mooi kan het zijn als de robotica ook toegepast op de mens? Daar zijn we heel uniek voor. Dus het is echt groeiende. Er zijn grote bedrijven, Otterbock onder andere. Otterbock is een groot bedrijf die ermee bezig is. Maar ja, je merkt, net zoals de elektrische fiets, het is nieuw, het is vernieuwend en men dacht dat is alleen voor oudere mensen. Maar nu is eigenlijk een elektrische fiets ondenkbaar als je gaat kijken naar een normale fiets. Dus eigenlijk die verschuiving zit er aan te komen en ik wil die faciliterende rol daarin zijn.
Dankjewel.
Dankjewel Danny voor je inspirerende verhaal wederom. Heb jij, als het gaat om het gebruikersonderzoek, heb jij daar al concrete partijen ook bij betrokken of betreft het echt personen? En kun je er iets meer over vertellen als het antwoord ja is?
Ja, ik heb maandag een heel leuk gesprek gehad met de voorzitter van Helte Broden, die een heel breed netwerk heeft en die kwam ook met het idee van, joh, laten we een soort raad van bestuur creëren voor alle sectoren en laten we gewoon aanhoren wat zijn de problemen, de top van de problemen die we hebben en laten we kijken hoe kunnen we het passend maken.
Top. Duidelijk. Nog een laatste vraag van Ivo?
Ja, Danny, dank voor de presentatie. Alle drie hopen jullie te winnen.
Tuurlijk.
Stel dat jij niet wint. Hoe zou jij toch zorgen dat je die 10k, wat de hoofdprijs is, dat je die toch wel weet binnen te halen?
Yeah. So the question is, if you're not, als je de prijs niet wint, die 10.000 euro, hoe ga je dan zorgen dat je het geld toch bij elkaar gaat krijgen?
Nou ja, ik zei het net ook al tegen Ivo, zeker na maandag ben ik ervan overtuigd dat investeerders zeer geïnteresseerd zijn in dit product. En deze hele ervaring heeft mij al zover gebracht. Want ik wou eerst niet eens meedoen en Tom en Bas van de organisatie hebben me echt overtuigd. En die 3 weken zijn heel speciaal voor me geweest, want daar heb ik echt de stap durven te zetten om dit nu te doen als ondernemer. En daar ben ik wel heel trots op. Dus onder andere, hoe dan ook, we zijn allemaal winnaars en ik weet zeker dat ik heel ver ga komen met dit project.
Top, mooi, dankjewel. Applaus voor Danny. Yes, and back to English. That were our 3 pitches. I think they were very interesting, very good, all 3 of them. And our jury will have a very hard time choosing from these 3. I guess you'll have 30 minutes to do this, so you'll be sort of let out of the room, and you'll be back in 30 minutes, and then we'll see what happens, and in between we'll give out some prizes. So give them a warm round of applause, and wish them all the best luck. Yes. And while our jury is leaving the room, and we have some extra prizes, like I told you, there's some people who will win 10,000 euros, some people will win 4,000 euros or 3,000 euros. But there's a lot of other prizes as well. And they are Ready to Scale, Most Promising Entrepreneur, Rough Diamond, Sustainability and Impact. Every single one of them will win 500 euros, but also an in-kind something, which might be a conversation, being part of a company or a community, stuff like that. So we'll do these, or we'll give out these prizes right now. And the first one is Impact, and this will result in you winning 500 euros, but also a session with Impact Noord. And Impact Noord is the community here in the north of the Netherlands working on impact. So that's it basically. And the winner is Juha Braken from Rauw op je dak. Give her a round of applause, please. Yeah, you and this is you. Yeah, of course. I think it's better on a photograph, and you'll get flowers as well. So please stand here. Do you have any words to share with the audience? I'll repeat them for the stream.
Oh, nou, bedankt.
Thanks.
Nou ja, nee, heel fijn. Kom je een heel eind mee met je bedrijf.
Nice. Really something she could use. So give her a warm round of applause, please. Yeah, and then there's the second one, Most Promising Entrepreneur, which results in, again, 500 euros, but also being part of VentureLab North. This is Tamara van der Veen from Uniek Gezond. Yes, and here's your lovely foam board. Give it a nice place in your house. Anything you'd like to share with the room? Thanks so much, and you'll continue doing this because of the 500 euros. Give her a warm round of applause. Yeah, and we have 5 prizes, so we're not even halfway. The next one is Rough Diamond, and with this you win 500 euros. But you also get a ticket for Startup Weekend, something you should definitely all enroll in. It's really nice to do. And if you don't really have a nice idea for a company, just go there because there's a lot of beer and nice people. The winner of the Rough Diamond Award is Valerie Overkamp from Vella. Yeah, and Valerie is on her way. Yeah, please take the official route. Great. And is there anything I can repeat for the stream for you?
Yeah, thank you very much. We're launching in a few weeks, so stay tuned.
Yeah, so she's launching in a few weeks with her company, Vella. So please follow it on all the socials, right?
Exactly.
Okay, please do it. And then our fourth award, which is for sustainability, which results again in €500, but also a conversation with EY, Bas Post from Posthouse. So everyone gets flowers and a foam board. Enjoy it, Bas, and there's a photograph being taken as well. Something you'd like to share?
Yeah, thank you very much. It will help indeed. I will start up with some prototypes, small prototypes of my concept, and hopefully in a few years you can live in my building.
Great, thanks, enjoy. Yeah, so Bas said that thanks to these €500, he'll be able to create some small prototypes, and maybe in a few years we'll be able to live in one of his buildings. Check it out, Posthouse. And last but not least, the Ready to Scale award. That's €500 again, of course, and a conversation with Flinc. And the winner is Jarmuth Kelly from Branchkey. Yeah, and I heard that everyone was invited here because maybe they would win a prize, but every one of the 5 that got invited won a prize, so that's great. Here you are, Jarmuth. Anything you'd like to share with the room?
Thank you very much, and good luck to the winners.
Thank you very much, and good luck to the winners. Give it up for Jarmuth Kelly. Yeah, so that's it. Those are the 5 awards for €500. The jury is still deliberating, of course, but sort of not to create an awkward silence and also to teach you something, of course. We have a guest speaker, a guest conversation here. If you have any questions during this conversation, please raise your hand, shout your question to me, and I'll repeat it for the stream. It is a very, very interesting story indeed. The Smoot Brothers. Whom of you know the Smoot Brothers? Everyone, of course. Marketing, well done. But all the way from the Smoot Brothers is here Yama Masood, and I'll have a conversation in. Give it up for Yama. Yep.
Hello.
Need a microphone,
I
of
need
course.
a mic.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all for
Yeah.
this welcome.
Do you want a glass of water? I don't have a smoothie.
I just had a glass of water.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Okay, you're good. I think to sort of kickstart this conversation, I'll take my chair as well, because otherwise it's a bit awkward.
It's awkward if I sit and you stand.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do.
Almost everyone here in the room knows the Smoot Brothers, right? But for the people who don't have a clue what it is, can you describe what it is?
Well, at the Smoot Brothers, we create smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're known for, and juices. But everything we produce and sell has to be created by ourselves. And we like to believe we deliver some happiness in a daily routine. So that's what we strive to do every day.
Yeah.
Through smoothies and good music and a smile.
Yeah, it's as easy as that. But how did you come? How did you come upon this idea?
Well, we are all 3 of us. I'm in this with my 2 brothers, Ziki and Razi. We are all from Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, you have the juice and the smoothie cars are very common on the street. I think that's the relationship we have with smoothies. But we wanted to create something that we were able to co-create with our community, with our team. And we wanted to have a DNA of jazz in it, because within the Smoother is freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom of choice to go healthy or not healthy. But I think from that need of freedom, I think you can do most with smoothies and juices. That's why we started it in 2017.
Yeah, so that's why it's your starting point. Do we have another mic, or does it still work in the stream? Or does Yama need to
yell?
If you can
I
hold
can
it in
also.
Yeah. If it's gone, then I'll sort of try to repeat it.
Great.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
And you listened to these 3 pitches. What are the lessons that you took away from it? Is there something that struck you?
I think from the 3 pitches, great pitches, by the way, great ideas. What I took away is that they're so relevant. Every pitch, every idea has something that will change, that could potentially change the society and for the better. And I think that's the best thing about all these pitches, the relevance it has for today's society for each of the target groups.
Yeah. And what is sort of because you're also talking about the impact that they make, of course, in that way.
Yeah.
What is the impact that you make with the Smooth Brothers? Of course, it's the happiness, it's the smile, but what else is in it?
I think
Yeah, I'm going to repeat it. Yeah.
I think what we try to do is to offer something that's different, that for our guests to go healthy, to go, when they have to spend, for instance, students mainly, that's our main focus, that they can get nutrition, at least from a place that they know it's made transparently in front of them. So it has to do with trust. And in the end, what I like to be remembered by is that the Smooth Brothers was the greatest place to work for the team members. I think that when they can say at the end of their journey with us, I learned so much at the Smooth Brothers to develop myself personally or business-wise, I think that's the biggest compliment or the biggest impact we can make. So it has the impact we try to make, like with that smile, is on people.
Yeah, because that's what I read in one of your interviews as well. Is the most important thing you should do as a human being is work on yourself, think about what you're good at. Why is that important, and how, as a boss, so to say, how do you create an atmosphere where that happens?
Well, that goes back to the jazz philosophy. I think the jazz philosophy is really part of the Smooth Brothers DNA. Not only are the smoothies named after jazz artists or the music that we're playing is very nostalgic, but I think the philosophy of jazz really speaks to us because it's the coming together of several people with different qualities, and there's a lot of freedom and a need for guts to explore, to improvise, and I think creating that atmosphere for young students that start with us to feel free and work on their talents, whatever their talents is. And we like to be an organization that is constantly learning from each other, but also giving them responsibility to make choices. We involve the team in everything we do. I think that will improve their skills and their self-knowledge. And I think if we want to go towards a better world, I think we all need to become a little bit more aware of what we're doing. So I think that's why it's really important to us to have people with a certain growth mindset.
Yeah. And then together with your brothers, you started the first store.
Yes.
For these 3, but maybe everyone here in the room, is very important to get their message across. And you got your message across very well, I think. Do you have some takeaways, some interesting tips for people here in the room that need to get their message across?
Well, we did a lot of this. Speak to people, talk, always be open to invitations. That was the main takeaway, to always be ready to speak to people when they have questions. Do not take it for granted. I think it's the best thing you can do. And we focus mainly on that. So
yeah.
I would, an open mind towards other people, so you can learn from them, they can learn something from you. And I think that's the best.
Yeah, to repeat it for the people watching the stream, because our audio is failing us sometimes. We're not. I hope we get it back in a few minutes, or maybe a few seconds. We'll see what happens. But the most important thing is getting it out, doing stuff like this, going to speak to people, having conversations, and also allowing people, of course, to give you some tips, to give you some advice. I think it was a very interesting question that Ivo asked. What is sort of the last thing in the last few weeks that you ignored? I think it's something very interesting as well, because yeah, you're the guy, girl, or someone else doing the business, so you know sort of best what is good for you. Or do you think coaching is really important?
Coaching is also really important as well. You know, we need role models, like Malena said, good role models in life to listen to guide us. And what a good role model, what a good coach does is not create the end point for you, but you know, make you aware of creating your own endpoint so you can get your full potential out of it. I think it's really important to have that in your business life.
Yeah. And do you have your endpoint inside already, or are you not there yet? Where are you now in your journey?
You know, we have now 3 children. The third is coming, like at Oosterstraat. We see it as our babies. I think that it has the same organic growth as a kid would have, we believe. And you know, the journey itself is the most important for us. I think we can learn so much about ourselves and our full potential. And we've set New York as a goal for ourselves to work on the scalability of it. To everything, every move, every day we wake up, we think about how can we make this scalable? How can we keep the personal touch, but also make it scalable towards that big dream? And I think the end goal itself is important, but not as important as the things you will learn towards that end goal. Constantly learning more and more.
Yeah. And you were working in hospitality, and I guess it's been a really weird 1.5 years in that way. How did you go about it?
We were whenever we sit after the first press conference from our Prime Minister, there was a shock of what is possible. But soon after that, when we realized that takeaway was possible, we knew our product was always created for takeaway. You know, a small stop in your daily shopping or a walk. We knew that, so we focused mainly on that. As much as possible, we created everything that was in our power for that takeaway. We came up with a WhatsApp service, and that exploded. And I think in the past 1.5 years, the entire thing went really big, and we had to catch up constantly. But I think it was really important learning process as well.
Yeah.
We were in the middle of the crisis, and you know, every day was uncertain. But then you see so many people coming by still, with the whole support your local theme that was there, and we felt it. We felt it that people said, we don't want you guys to go away. So I think that love, that is really special.
Yeah. It's also about jazz in a way.
Yeah. It's a little bit about jazz.
Yeah, and is there something you take away from the last 1.5 years now? Do you keep the WhatsApp service in sort of still there, or what will change over the next few months?
Well, the WhatsApp service exploded. We couldn't handle it. It was too much strain on the team as well. So it's offline right now, and we're working with students from the Hanzo School, for instance, to come up with a platform that works really well for the team members and the guests. So that we're thinking about it, but the biggest takeaway has been, you know, we have to split the business right now. So that's why we're opening a second store in Groningen.
Yeah.
To, you know, for the well-being of our team members as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and also being able sort of to provide enough drinks, enough food for everyone, enough smoothies.
Exactly. That's on a daily basis.
Yeah. And taking a next leap in this period can be challenging. Some people might need investments, might need to think about how you scale up your company. How do you do it? Because having 2 stores or 1 store is something entirely different, of course. How do you go about it?
Well, we also opened up in Utrecht last month, and you know, we have a great partner in the Rabobank, and our you know, our account manager or the Rabobank, he represents the Rabobank, believes in our concept. That's important. He believes in our capabilities. So that is really important to have that belief, to, you know, have a vision and to be able to, you know, take people with you in that vision. And besides that, I think, you know, you need confidence, and for confidence, you need, you know, skills and the things you have learned, and you need to portray that. I think that's the most important part. We have great partners in Rabobank, but also in our supplier Hanos, who that really believes in our product, and Van Gessel, for instance, they do the entire kitchen and they believe in us as well. So that trust is really important.
Yeah. If you have any questions, by the way, please raise your hand. I'll be glad to ask them. But yeah, one question.
Yeah, I'm quite interested. How did you deal with your marketing in the beginning of the early days, when you were just opening and let's say you didn't have the customer base that you have now? How did you go about that to actually grow that?
Yeah. So the question is, how did you go about the marketing at the very, very start?
Thank you for the question. The marketing hasn't, for us, it wasn't like, we wanted to be authentic. We didn't want to show anything that was like a commercial or anything. That was something we really thought was important for us. It had to be authentic. So with that in mind, we invested mainly in the shop itself, the feel and the touch of it. And that's what we do at Oosterstraat and in Utrecht. A lot of the investment, we have like a slim marketing budget, and our entire marketing budget, whatever budget we have, is in the interior, in the team, because we think that's the biggest marketing you can have. That the direct connection with every guest is important, and to have a design that is Instagram worthy is really important. That you know, the product should be Instagram worthy. You know, that all we don't believe in paid ambassadors. So what we try to do is have, you know, our regular guests become ambassadors by providing them excellence. And I think that's the most important thing for us. We focus on the presentation, on the product, on in the team, and that has helped us grow.
So stay true to yourself.
Exactly, and be patient. It's like harvesting. I don't know. You talked about.
I was talking about harvesting some carrots. Yeah,
but it takes patience. You can't. You can put all kinds of things in it and to have it grow fast, but that's not real. Stay true to yourself and be patient.
Yeah.
And every step you will learn so much more for the next step, and that's all I can say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Some good answer. And something I learned as an entrepreneur, I think, is that, of course, it's a step-by-step process, but there's also some steps you can take or you should sort of leave to others, and you're talking about partners. When building a business, how do you decide what you do yourself and the stuff that you maybe source out in a way?
well, you try it, and you fail.
Like the WhatsApp,
yeah,
right?
like WhatsApp.
Yeah.
We started it and we failed, but you know, in the kitchen at the Smooth Brothers in Groningen, there's a quote from Miles Davis that was was a big jazz artist from the 80s. That says, when you play a wrong note, it's the next note that makes it good or bad. I think that's the philosophy we have. You have the guts to make a mistake. You learn from it as much as you can, and hope the audience is forgiving, and then with that what you've learned, you create something new and try to do it. And then once you figure out, hey, this is out of my league, then you outsource it. I think everything that has to do with finance is scary to me, but I tried it, failed, and then thought
outsourced it. Yeah. And when talking, because you said Rabobank is a very kind partner for us. When talking to a bank, what is the best way to talk to them? Do you come up with a business plan? Do you invite them and give them something to drink? What's the best way?
All of it. Go all out. No, it's inviting them that they can see themselves what you're about, what the concept is about. They experience the busyness. The lines, that's if you have lines, that's great. They can see it with their own eyes. And then in conversation, I think what bankers or investors do is, analyze you to the bone of, are you the right person to give this amount to? Do I trust you with that money? Because it's taking a risk, even especially in Corona times. So I think when you can convey that you are trusted, to be trusted with that amount, and you know what you're talking about, and you can realize, by realize I mean make your plans come true. I think that gives them trust. So when you have a small loan, for instance, make sure you pay that off, because that builds the trust. And then you get a larger amount to play with. And then it has to do with commitment and trust.
Yeah. Clear answer. Any questions from the room? Yeah? So the question is, how do you stay authentic even if you grow?
Well, that's the challenge. Up to now, that's what we have set for ourselves as a challenge, to stay authentic. And I think the philosophy we have helps us in that, because, when you have jazz as philosophy, there's a lot of room for individual freedom. That's why we don't, the team members, we have the ladies that work with us. There's no strict dress code. We only ask them to come as if they're going to a party, and it should be a party. And for us, it's really important that they have fun at work. That whatever there is, where there's like once in a month we have a sit down and talk about whatever that is important to them. To tackle. So I think that's what the authenticity is about, that they can have individual freedom and portray that and express their freedom. And in the smoothies they make, there's no standard, especially when you make like 100 smoothies a day. Not all of your smoothies will be equally the same. So, and what we give them when they try to make the smoothies, we tell them, is have a little bit of their own personality into it. So I think that makes it authentic. If as much as many people as possible within the team feel free to express themselves and learn as much as possible.
Great. Maybe, because I see our jury is coming back already, maybe one last question. Do you have, because there's a lot of entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs here in the room and watching maybe, but do you have one last tip that you would like to share with them, something that you find really important?
Well, I think I've mentioned it already. It's about being authentic, being real, true to yourself, and analyze within yourself, why am I doing this? Is it for the short-term gains? Is it a sprint, a 100-meter sprint? Then it's done. But you have to know it's a marathon, and a marathon has a different training mentality than a sprint does. It's less explosive, but more of, mindset of, being able to temporize. Is that a
Yeah,
word?
it's sort of change the tempo sometimes.
Change the tempo within yourself. So I think that's really important, and to be ready and open for opportunities.
Thanks. Wow. These were a lot of lessons, I guess, for all of us. So thank you so much for sharing them with us.
Thank you for the question. Thank you.
Give it up for Yama Masoud. Yes, and now, and of course, support your locals. Make sure to not order a smoothie by WhatsApp, but just to go there and get one of those delicious smoothies from the Smooth Brothers. Our jury's back, or they are at the back of the room, and one of them is here. So if you can come forward, we'll hear who the winner of the Rabobank Entrepreneurship Prize 2020 is. Give it up for the head of the jury, Carlo.
Thank you. Thank you. And please, will you go to the stage
I think
also?
we'll have all of the 3 potential winners.
Yeah. So everybody
or
can see
all of the 3 winners, because they'll get a prize anyway. But which prize? That's the question, of course, here on stage. And I think we're first going to hear who the third prize, who won the third prize, right?
Yeah. But I also want to say some general things about your performances, because we all enjoyed a lot your presentations. They were very good, enthusiastic, and we all agree that you are all winners, as you said before. And for me, it was the first time to see you guys on the stage, and it was impressive to see how much progress you make in such a short time. So I wanted to mention that very much. Very good, thanks. But then the most important thing, of course, you think, well, that guy, why is he talking so long? So I will speed up a little bit. And then I begin with the third prize, and the third prize is for Eric.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very appreciated. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Eric, the jury says you made a lot of progress.
Yes.
Especially in the period of the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
They mentioned that very much. But we were looking at the evidence under your business model. So, how much money do you need? How do you go to the market? How much time does it take? Well, the hard evidence, you can work there, you can improve that.
Yes.
Because you have to continue. We all agree on that.
I will definitely. I will.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Our advice would be search an advisor who can help you just for the hard, the more formal things of business.
Yes.
So you can.
Maybe at this stage we are actually already talking to an advisor to help us on that road.
Very
so
good. Well,
it's on the work.
That's a nice step.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
And then,
Everyone try to keep the distance more or less. It's a small stage, of course, but we need to.
Yeah, well, that's a bit hard, I think.
It is.
Yeah, you can approach that doll. That's no problem. Then I'm going to see who's the winner. A Rabobank Ondernemers Prize. Yes, it has won.
Oh, that takes long. Yeah, thanks.
Very good, very good. Danny, the jury had the following comments on your performance in your business. We like your own entrepreneurship. You really spoke. You're entrepreneur from the heart, and that's very important when you want to scale up a business. And the tough planning progress you presented to us that gave very robust looks. Well, it showed that you think a lot about how to plan your company. That was very good. And your ecosystem that you build around your company also was rewarded.
And our advice would be, there's a lot of money in the medtech sector, and that's the sector where you're close, of course. And maybe you can find some other entrepreneurs here in the north who also have proven their way in medtech, and there are some nice examples of that. So search them, and you'll go for their company. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My reaction, yeah, lots of words. But yeah, starting this, and also thanks again to Tom and Bas. But he convinced those guys have convinced me to compete, and yeah, now I won. So there was 3 weeks was a whole journey, and I'm still convinced that I will continue with entrepreneurship and will be trying my best to get exoskeleton in the environment. Yeah.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
good. An applause.
Eric, I think you can hand the second prize to Marlena, because I guess you have some words for her as well.
As you mentioned it, klapstoel.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Because
Thank you.
also a very, very good job. And words I've written down from the jury was a nice flair in your presentation. And also was said, any company will be a success with entrepreneurs like you.
Thank
so
you very
that's very
much.
nice.
Thank you.
And where we were doubting whether which prize you win, there was the link between the problem we all see, but whether this would be the end solution, there was some doubt. So that you can work on that story, so you can enhance your business.
Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Any other remarks? Something you'd like to say to the room?
Just thank you all for being here. Thanks for all the trainers, Danielle, Lotte, everyone who has been involved. It was such a journey, and I enjoyed every bit of it. Thanks to the organizers, to the jury, everyone, and also, of course, everyone watching the live stream. Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you. So this is the end of the live stream. You can sit down, of course, if you'd like to, or whatever. You can just stand here. There'll be a lot of photographs taken after this as well. Sorry for that. There'll be some flowers for you as well, but not before we say goodbye to the people from the live stream. Of course, we'd like to think as well, but also to thank all the winners, thank all the partners, of course, our lovely jury. We were so happy that you were here and ask these people your questions. All the coaches, all the people from the organization and the partners, everyone watching this from home and everyone here in the room. Thank you so much. And where possible, try to support these entrepreneurs. If you have a great idea, reach out to them, give them a phone call or send them an email. It's a very important thing to do, and keep on sharing their stories, because it's, I think, the most important thing you can do. For now, have a great afternoon. Enjoy your afternoon. Have some drinks, and congratulations to our winners. Goodbye.